Hey, Bob. How you doing, bud? Hey, Mike. How are you? And Smoke. Oh my God. Hi, Lonnie. How are you, dear? Sorry, just went into a sneezing fit. My face looks very pale for some reason. Good. I'm glad, Mike. And Neil. Hello, Fernando. And Mike, you made it on time. Thank you. Trying to adjust this lighting here a minute. Looks a little goofy. Do I look too white or weird? Can't tell. Rick, how are you, sir? Can't get the lighting right for some reason. And Sue, how are you? And I imagine James might be sitting there. I appreciate you stopping in like that. And Alita, good evening to you, dear. And Darren, who's Greenbug, and Smoke with you stream through. I just have. I thought I had to sneeze again. Damn it. I just use a regular, I don't know, Logitech or something, camera. So it's fine. And Otto and Baja Bandito. How was everyone this weekend? Yes, I'd like to know that too. It was a very hot weekend. And James just got back in the house. Good evening to you, sir. All good. And Kenneth, welcome in. How are you? Man, I look really bright or something. Darte. Software, YouTube, brother. Oh, no, I just use YouTube. I don't get too fancy about it. There we go. There's some more color to my face there. I just use YouTube. People told me to use StreamYard, I think it's called. I can't remember now, to be honest with you. But I keep it kind of plain and simple. You know what I mean? We got 33 people and we only have 16 likes. So please hit the like button real quick. Just X out, hit like, and come right back in. It helps a lot with the algorithm. Did my episode 2 live at noon Eastern Day looking into Meld. I never heard of that before, to be honest with you. Keith, what's up, my brother? How are you? I just thought of you actually this morning, Keith. I was going through my members' photos and I just added the photo that you sent me. That's a really good photo. I really like it. Hello from hot and humid Greensburg. Scott is a very good dear friend of mine who lives up the street, who's coming over sometime next week to hang out and have coffee. It is just so hot lately. It is how hot it can get. It's getting. I mean, we got there. How are you feeling, dog? And Kevin, what is up, brother? No, it wasn't goofy, in all honesty. I mean, truthfully, Keith, I thought it was a really nice picture. Chris, how are you doing, brother? And, I won't say anything, but how you doing? I hope that you're doing well, my friend. I really do. Sorry about that texting, but I was trying to check on you, Dang Domino's Pizza was in my way from hitting the like button. Oh, a pizza ad. And Michael, hey Slade, everyone, welcome in. And April, how are you, honey? She's hanging out in the background. I got to do a sneezing fit. I just got home this afternoon. Yeah, you know what? I was wondering, that was pretty good for what the situation that needed fixed, Chris. So I'm glad that worked out, brother. I really am. How are you feeling? Do you notice a big difference? I mean, and Glenn, is this Chatterbait chat. I think I'm doing it wrong. Hi, April. Glad you were both with us. And just got my little 2-inch tack fully installed the other day. Auto tack cylinders set itself up. Nice to be able to read the RPMs and Beetle Bailey. Oh, yeah. You know what? I didn't buy a tack yet. That's something else I'm going to need now. Crap. Because I had a list the other day, since I'm getting towards the end of what I need to buy for the project. Tachometer was one of them, and I forgot about that. I've seen so many on Amazon, different ones, but man, some of them got really bad reviews. Years ago, I used to just buy a Sun Super Tack 2, and they worked perfect, and that was that. When does the food talk start? We're letting everybody get settled in first, Otto. And BCM, how are you? Hit the like button, please. Yeah, we got 53 people, but we only have 32 likes, so please smash that like button. I really appreciate it. And let me see here. And Daryl, what's up? I just seen your video earlier, Daryl, on Facebook. That was pretty cool. You put that all very nicely while taking a ride. It even brought my spirits up, and now my cat's here to aggravate me. I accidentally popped on the side of brake cylinder. This right rear wheel. Can I just bleed the wheel? Or I have to do all the wheels? Well, I mean, no. See if you can bleed off just at that one first. In all honesty, you should be okay. But if you did keep pumping the system, you might have pumped air into it. You know what I mean? And Glenn said, howdy, partners, to everybody. And Joe, welcome in, buddy. And Bob, how are you? He is here. And my chat box just jumped. Oh, this is going to start already. There we go. Oh, shit. Camera off. I don't know what that means. And Otto, I didn't cook today. Bought Jersey Mike's. Heather brought that up today. We never ate there yet. And had to buy a battery today. They cost more now. Oh, you know what? No, I was just talking about that to somebody the other day. Darren should know. He was up here for the club picnic, and his battery went in his car. It was like $250. When I was writing stuff down recently, I thought, well, I still need a battery, a sway bar, like some stupid stuff. And I don't know why, but I wrote next to the battery $125. No, it's going to be a lot more. I'm getting one from Napa, though. Pizza. That's what I had today, Kevin. Surprised, aren't you? Looks like you guys are roasting back east. Usually it's on us on the left coast. We've been into the 80s all week. Yeah, we have been too, Mike. Yeah, we're getting whacked with a lot of humidity. I think next week it's supposed to be in the high 70s, which is great. This is why I'm inside the house tonight. I'm not sitting in that heat in the garage tonight. It is just way too humid. And if I turn the industrial fan on that I got, it's too loud. And then you know what happens there. Where are we at? That's where I got mine from. Amazon. Works fine. It's a 5-wire. Just got to make sure you wire it up correctly. James, maybe send a link to my messenger when you get a chance on that. I'm curious to know which one you got, since you like it. You know, I definitely need one. I like your video also, Daryl. Yeah, I thought that was cool. It was nice, inspirational video. Facebook video post. Thanks for sharing. And drove my car about 65 miles Wednesday. I drove about 100 a day. I've been enjoying it. Good Lord has blessed me with it, of course. I love it. Oh, thanks, Daryl. I appreciate that. I really do. I don't know everything, but the little stuff I do know, I try to put up, you know, but I'm glad they're helpful. And Darte said, thank you. Jersey Mike's is the bomb. I never tried it yet, Scott. I really haven't, in all sincerity. Heather wanted it today, but then she wanted a hot sausage sandwich, so we ended up at Pasqualino's near us. It's a homemade place right down the street. It is really, really good. Batters no but like they used to be either. Oh, Daryl, no, they're not. Nothing is, sadly, you know. The doctor said write down the side effects I'm having with this new medicine. It'd be easier to write down the ones I'm not having. Keith, I believe it. I know. I'm just dealing with a lot from the doctors now. We won't get into that on here, but it's been a nightmare, and money games, and unbelievable. Ian, he is in the house from Kansas City. Low 90s, but felt like hundreds with the humidity. Went to Porsche Club America last night. Someone on our chapter won the national raffle. Oh, wow, that's really cool. Yeah, this humidity's been rough. I can't wait until it's done. Heidi, what's up, babe? I was thinking of you actually the other day, because I had a goat thing come up on my reels, but then I didn't want to bug you. I was going to ask how you were doing, but I didn't want to look like, you know, I was aggravating you or something. I agree with you, Scott. Tell everybody about the two boys drinking the Bud Light down by the Cornbread Creek. You eat a Jersey Mike's, you will never eat that crappy Subway again. Ask Oliver. Jersey Mike's fresh cut meat. Yeah, my son was telling me about Jersey Mike's. I've never eaten there yet. We got one down the road from us. Not for a specific reason. I just haven't been there yet. But Subway, something about the buns being more of a pastry than bread or something. So they must be loaded with sugar and everything. I haven't been to Subway in years now. Is it okay to promote an event coming up this weekend here? Oh, Rick, I'm all about promoting events. Yeah, absolutely. Feel free to do that. And James, what is up, Mr. Perez, my friend? And they won a 2026 Porsche 911 at $35,000. I need to come to that event. Wow. Wow, that's a heck of a prize. Thank you. I appreciate that, James. I do. And batteries are still under 200 at Sam's. Oh, I didn't think about Sam's. I'm not a fan of the Walmart Sam's post this model, but if you're hurting, it's cheaper. Yeah, I wasn't real thrilled about that either, Mike. I was going to get one from Napa. Adam, I don't think Adam's in here yet, but I actually, let me just answer this. My son was just, he didn't know I was live. So I was just answering him real quick because it's my son. Honestly, Napa has one that I'm going to get, and I'll see what it's like. Adam got one, so he sent me the part number to it. And, oh, is Adam in here? Okay. And I think I'm going to go with that since it already fit, you know, and all that. But batteries really went up in price a lot. There's an awesome guy. Glad we met him back in May. Oh, that's awesome. I'm a cheapskate, and Jersey Mike's is a little pricey for me. Oh, that just knocked me out of the park because I'm cheap. Dog, I just tested positive for Hashimoto's disease on top of lupus, and it sucks. Wow, Lita, you're going through a lot, dear. Holy crap. Lisa, hello, dear. How are you? Might be disappointed with Jersey Mike's because I'm actually from Jersey, and I know what a real sandwich is. Sandwich? You say that like me. Gotta love Northeast. I didn't know you were from Jersey. I didn't know that, in all honesty. And we talk privately all the time. And Adam, I'm sorry, I'm still scrolling down, brother. I did not see you come in, and now I see Dave just came in. Jersey Mike's are great, a little pricey. That's the second person that said that. So technically, we got to take out a second mortgage if we're going to get Jersey Mike's. And number one, am I early again? We order hot pineapple, green olive from Donna. No. We're not doing the pineapple. I like green olives, though. And let me see. Boom, 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 boom. Trying to. My screen keeps jumping, and I don't know how to control it from doing that, in all honesty. There we go. And boom, 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 boom. We got, I'm good, Alita. I hope you're well. And sounds like Alita's gone through a lot. Hello, Kevin and Dave. Hey, Rod, what's up, brother? And worked ordered us Jersey Mike's. Well, they didn't mind paying for that then. That was cool. Excuse me. And everybody's saying hi. Subway sucks. Their meats just sit out, pre-measured and yuck. Yeah, I've went there. I mean, I've eaten at Subways a lot when I'm hungry when I'm out, but it's fine. I just won't do it no more after what I read, and it was real about them. I love to get free bread at Jersey Mike's. It doesn't taste like cardboard, especially if you get it Mike's way. Yeah, I just switched over to the Dave's Killer Bread, and probably doesn't sound like it's good when it has that word in it, but it's this free, that free, this free, gluten free, all that GMO free. And it's actually pretty good. It's a decent bread, in all honesty. Subway bread is considered a dessert cake across the pond. Well, yeah, you know what, Mike? That's what we hear. And so Subway has taught us how to eat a pastry instead of bread and a whole loaf at one sitting. So isn't that cool? I mean, let me see. Tested me due to calcium level was so high they rolled it out. That was a second doctor's test. Where is Heather? She's actually getting stuff done around the house this evening. When I'm doing this, sometimes it makes it easier for her because I'm out of her way. So, Keith, thank you for the donation. Thank you for the super chat donation. That helps a lot. It really does, brother. And I appreciate you doing that. I really, really do. We got 54 people and 46 likes. Come on, hit that like button, please, if you're sitting there. Food much better in Jersey. Well, also Boar's Head come to Florida, and it's considered their best quality. They're good, but so much local distributed stuff that's better. I was never in Jersey. At least I don't think I've been. Was in Delaware. That's right, Newark, Delaware. But I didn't know you were from Jersey. I really, really had no idea. And the last stuff like Boar's Head and Cozy, I don't know Boar's Head either, though. Glenn, you got to be getting some nasty heat, by the way. If we're getting it, you've got to be getting hammered down there. But you've not. We talk privately a lot daily, and you've never complained about it, though. I mean, let me see here. There we go. I've had good luck with Max Series batteries. Oh, I never tried them before, in all honesty. The longer, the better with them lasting. I use a battery tender a lot, though, which I think everybody should. We installed aftermarket seatbelts, so I used the old seatbelt warning light to wire in the tack hot ground ignition wires for the tack. It worked out perfect. Oh, that's cool. That was a good idea, actually. It's always nice to use the wiring that's already there if you can for something, if you're not using it for the other. Your audio at this end is a bit wonky, crackling noise when you speak. Okay. Yeah, I didn't change anything at all, so I'm not sure what that's happening for. I feel for you, Alita. Yeah, that is saying Alita's going through a lot, and so is Keith, dog here. It's sad when your friends are dealing with stuff like this, and I mean that. Bella's is amazing and a must stop for when we make it back to Western Pennsylvania. Gotta love PA. We'll go straight from summer right into winter. I think we have fall. And Justin and Ashley are here, my good friends. We were just talking about you guys today because little Heather knows how we feel about you guys. And she's like, are they coming to my reception and my wedding? But we'll talk about that later. She got excited, and I didn't want to call them buggy guys. We only needed to run the signal wire to the coil and the dash light wire for it. Yeah, you know what, James? Funny you brought that up because I'll be putting my carpet in soon. Well, I'll let Heather put it in. She can do that video. But I'm going to run like 5 wires from the front to the back before I put the carpet down. I did that before at another Beetle. Just in case I need them wires, they're already there. Of course, the one time I ran like 3 black wires back under the carpet, and then I'm like, uh-oh. I had to use a meter to see which one was what front to back instead of using different colors. Smart move. What? The best tasting bread is bread free? Yeah, bread's definitely not our friend, that's for sure. That Killer Bread Mike's Killer Bread, something like that. It's actually really good, and that's where I'm getting my gut from is the stupid breads I eat normally. But I definitely drive past 100 sideways to get to Jersey Mike's. Yeah, from what I understand, they are very good. And Bill, welcome in, brother. Rainy, hot in Yuba, Bucks County this Sunday. Took the 62 topless out of the hazy Sunday morning, seeing smoke from the California wildfires. Ugh. These wildfires are getting out of control. They're supposed to be, and I won't get into a big thing, they're supposed to be like cutting a lot of these trees down. And I don't know. I'm not a lumberjack, but it keeps the fires from spreading when they thin the herd. I'll put it that way. That's the only way I can think of putting it. Triple digits and some good storms tomorrow. Same thing again. Yuck. I didn't check our weather tomorrow here yet. East Coast Sand Rails is hosting a ride for the street legal sand rails and buggies at Pigeon Forge this next weekend. Drivers meeting and music and raffles this next Friday. Tell of the, and it stopped. Let me see. Oh, wait a minute. Tell the Dragon Ride Saturday morning. So if anybody's in that area, you got some fun. And hot and humid here is supposed to be cool down by next weekend. Yeah, it is going to get a little cool here next week. Yeah, it's nearly 100 here. Rare for us. Hey Glenn, how's your humidity though? Is it real nasty? I mean, Slades is also good. I never heard of them, Keith. They don't sound familiar to me. Ricky Otter is at North Carolina. Yes, Kevin. And where's your gothic eyes at? I never did one of them before, and I was messing around with it, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. And I put the picture up to be funny. Toby is stopping in to say hi. Where is Liam? Is he close by, or are we getting ice cream later? Mr. Rick Davies, thank you so much for the Super Chat donation. I really, really appreciate that very much. I thank you. That is very nice of you to do. And, whoops, there we go. Okay, from the Jungle Book. I don't know what that meant. And Adam, I thought so. We've been there a couple of times. Our weather has been crap. It's either 100 degrees or pouring down rain. Yeah, you're right, Justin. Justin only lives like 30 minutes from me, give or take. And yeah, we've been getting our share of rain. It's wiping out our garden. How wonderful. Yeah, I wished I had about the tack wire before installing the carpet, but even with the extra work it caused, it worked out good. Yeah, James, I did that before where I put all my interior in. This was years ago on a Beetle, and I'm like, oh, crap. I forgot speaker wires to the back, tack wire, lights. I run lights inside the engine compartment. And I forgot, but this time I'll run 5, 6, 7 wires back, are all different colored, so they are there. I don't usually have great ideas, but that's one I remembered after I screwed up. And Wayne, what is up, brother? How are you today? Or I should say this evening. And okay, I don't do well with humidity. Lisa, I think a lot of us don't, in all honesty. I mean, we got 69 people and 55 likes. So please, please hit the like button real quick. Take you 2 seconds. And the humidity's tough. Even when I think, man, I don't know, I don't do as good as I used to. But then when it's cool out, I breathe great. I get stuff done. So we all suffer from that. Everything is street legal in Florida. Well, that's nice. Nothing is street legal in Pennsylvania. I mean, even when we get our cars inspected, I think they're illegal here. Justin, we have lots of humidity, weather, and storms, but it can't stop now. Need my home done. Yes, if anybody's aware, Rod, friend of mine there, is the one who lost his home to a fire. So they're trying to rebuild as fast as they can and not rebuild the house. It's gone, sadly. That is a devastation I don't wish on anybody. I also like RBs, the classic roast beef or the double or half pound ones. You know what, Keith? We've been going to Arby's off and on when we're out running around. My fault, not Heather's. I've been eating their gyros, and I know they're probably not the best gyros on the planet, but that's what I've been getting there lately. Kevin never did the ride. One of my daughters and I were going 1 year, but they didn't. And Lisa, you ever find a transmission shop? I would call Brothers Machine Shop in Ontario. Blah, blah, blah. We expect those guys there. There's Glenn might know. There's a transmission guy in Michigan, and it's easy to send a tranny because you're not putting the axles in or nothing. You can get a Rubbermaid bin with heavy duty zip ties. There's a guy in Michigan that does transmissions, and I forget the name without looking it up, but he's really good and very reasonable. Let me see here. Dog, I can't eat as long as these because they don't have gluten-free preparations for people that have colic. I hope I pronounced it. What is it? Heather's trying to clean in there, and she's answering me celiac. I'm not familiar with that. Battery warehouse Quaker Tom PAXI Group 4209 bought one last week. What? $109? Bill, please send me a picture of the top of your battery. If you can, just send it in Messenger for me. because it'll give me the part number and everything. I'll buy one right away for that price just so I have it. So if you can, please send me a picture of the top of that. I would really, really appreciate that. Look them up, Tony. Thank you. And I run colored wires and Clyde. Yeah, Adam, it makes it so easy, brother. But I think you know a little bit about wires. You know, them dead end jobs you got to watch. But I mean, I'm sure, I'm sure you did because you do enough work like that on a larger scale. Adam went last year to Bug and Dragon with me. Lisa, seriously, they are amazing. I'm waiting on my toll fees to come in the mail from PA trip. Oh, yeah. Just all you got to do is go to a local bank, take out a loan, so you're prepared. You know, they shouldn't be too bad. Let me see. I like the Arby's sauce. Oh, geez, you're like Heather. She grabs as many packets as she can of those. Although they sell those in Walmart. I hate that place. In a jar now, Arby's sauce, which was really weird. Nothing street legal in New Jersey either. Oh, I believe it, Glenn. I believe it, brother. It. Some of these states, it's like you go through hell trying to get stuff inspected. It's an air fryer oven here in Idaho. Hi. Ugh. That's. I'm so tired of the heat. Duckman, I love your work, brother. Thank you. And we all love the Duckman. Tubby, I'm taking apart my car, so it'll be a few having Ruben restore my steering wheel and columns about another 4 weeks out. I wanted to do that on video, and I never bothered to restore a steering wheel. I thought that would be fun to do, but I don't know. It ended up getting like 2 views, and nobody watches some of the stuff. Getting up 3:30 a.m. ahead of Pigeon Forge. Everyone have a good night. Thanks for stopping in, Mr. Elder. I appreciate it, Rick. Try to have a great, great week. And I got early 70s tranny, not a swing axle, and I don't have use for it. And well, that would be an IRS. Rubens does great work. My mind went to a Reuben sandwich. Can you believe that? There's a surprise. That is a good price for a battery. It is, Neil. That's a really, that's why I told him, send me a top picture of the top of that battery. I'll buy one right now for that price. That's $150 cheaper than what I would spend. Let me see here. Price battery. Good night, Ricky. Have them be safe. Get a Deka battery made in USA and well made. That's a nice tip for everybody. And Ken said, I don't know if you have a Rural King there. Yeah, we do. But they have great prices on batteries. Well, I mean, not near me, but my buddy Justin on here actually lives near one somewhat. And he told me that was like a Tractor Supply on steroids. He tells me stuff and I remember it, but I don't remember what I did 2 days ago. Yeah, dead end job. Adam, they warned you. You knew better. You knew better. You were never going to get anywhere in life. But instead, you made a good living. People. That'll always be the ongoing joke to the day we're gone is the dead end job. Because when you told me that time, I literally choked. I couldn't even believe somebody would say that. She said just get a discount Advance Auto and still drop over $100 for a lawnmower battery. Everything's so expensive. This last 4, 5, 6 years or whatever it's been has been hard. Ruben is really amazing on his work. Yeah, I don't know who that is. Anyone in Montgomery County help Vin sort out a background or short on his brake light circuit and see if anybody's there. I don't know that area. I just picked up a new generator for 68 bucks slingshot, lifetime warranty for $130 from Riley's. Now she's not starting. Time to check for spark. I never tried to get a generator from O'Reilly's, but I bought an alternator from there and it pooped out in like a week. So I hope you don't have that luck. There we go. Slade, if you want to have a challenge and do a steering wheel, I'll donate a 50s Batwing. Oh, that would be fun. That would be fun. I mean, I don't have time this moment to do that, but that would be something unique to do. It really, really would, in all sincerity. I don't think I told you I took Route 70 almost the whole way home after the club meeting. Mexi did good and it was a good ride home. No, you didn't tell me, Justin. And you know what? That's awesome. I mean, I think people underestimate. Wait, I'm fixing my chair. These cars with they're afraid to take them far from home. And I get it if you don't drive them that often, but you have a really good running car. I would kind of probably take that anywhere, to be quite honest with you. Amazon sells deca batteries. Oh, didn't know that. And huh, we just finished my wife's 73 Super Beetle. Took 9 months of hard work. Tagged Friday and took it for first drive. It was amazing. Congrats, Steve. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome. 73 Super Beetle is the first one I did on the channel, the red one. And wow, was that a nice one to drive? The Supers do drive nice. They handle well. They're a comfortable ride. They honestly are. And I started steering wheel, putty up all the cracks, done well. I need to smooth it out, paint it, but not sure which paint. I don't remember what putty I used. Yeah, I want to use an epoxy. I was talking to Eric about that, a friend of mine. He used a 2-part epoxy on the cracks, sand and clean. But I don't remember what paint he used, because you don't want it coming off your hands after a while. But I can ask him, Darren, because he's really good at that. Let me see here. Link sent to the DMXI Group 42. Thank you very much, Bill. That was really good price. And I forget where you said you bought it, though, now. Ugh, only me. Slade, what distributor are you going with in your Beetle? Well, to be honest with you, there's an empty in there right now, but there's a pat-down system on the way to me. Somebody's bringing it here because from what I understand, he gave the pat-down setup, the coil, the Dizzy, I don't know what all he gave with it, the Dizzy, the coil, and something else. And I think it was like, here, I'll sponsor you. You can have this setup, brand new setup. So that's probably what I'm going to run. I have a brand new empty one. It is actually a nice one, but I think I'm going to swap out to the pat downs just for the heck of it. I need to find a 6-volt battery at a good price for my dad's 64, which is a really cool car that Keith has. And Kevin, how are you in Australia? What time is it there? Is it like 5 a.m. there? Or I could be way off. And Brian, what is up from Bridgeville? I finally made back of 74 out there just once before Total Redo. It's running great. Well, Brian, you're not that far from me. You'll have to bring it over one day and let us film it. You're really not far. And I'm having master cylinder issues. I mean, you may need a new master then, depending on what the situation is, James, what you got going on. And dog clip 1, sell a 6-volt battery, about price, and there we go. Slade Rubin's in about 6 miles from me, sells on a mower place out of here, and I got my VW deck lip from last year. Really nice guy. That's awesome, Lisa. That is awesome. Oh, and Rod is off to bed to start another week at the salt mine. Rod, thanks for being here, brother. I'll catch up with you on Messenger. I hope things speed up for you quickly, my friend. And Mike says hello. And James, I'm in the same volt. And does pat-down distributor come with a tack connector? I don't know, James. I'll be honest with you. But if you message me online, we can go over it. I got to look and see what all comes with it. I think, and I could be wrong, which is a high possibility, but I think Pat Downs used to mess with CB Performance. He worked for them, maybe. It could be wrong. And then he upgraded what they did. So it's supposed to be a heck of a system. My buddy Dino runs him in a lot of customers' cars and his own, and he said he has never felt the response or the startups or anything like this. So it must be an amazing system. 11:30 a.m. Wow, Kevin, I was way off, mate. I thought it was like you were like 5 hours ahead of me or something. So it is a much different time span. But I'm glad you made it in, so it's not like in the middle of the night for you there. And Cultured Redneck Garage. I was getting ready to go pressing off my swing axle, the bearings, but a little nervous about it. Any tips on the best way to do that? Pressing off my swing axle diff bearings. I don't think, are you talking about the final drive, the big bearing on the side cover when you pull it out? I'm trying to make sure I know which one you mean, because I did a couple videos on that recently, actually. I highly recommend the pat downs and even over or the CBS same building, different box. Okay. So I said, Adam, I never ran one myself yet, but Dino made a real big deal out of the pat downs one, and he said you got a whole system coming, which I thought was really cool. Looks like, am I fuzzy? Hopefully it refocuses. If not, it is what it is. Let me try something a minute here and see if it refocuses. I happened to look up and it looked really fuzzy, so I don't know what to do there. Let me try to refocus it. That should have helped a little bit. I asked because I know pat down system. Is it bad?
It's fine.
Okay. I asked because I know pat down system comes with its own coil. Yes, it does come with a complete setup. Dino's had a ton of luck with those on customers' cars and everything, but he said it was amazing how it just woke everything up. And he said it's really nice and adjustable. So hopefully I'm going to put it on mine and start mine in the garage. I don't know if I'll do a video on it or not. I'm going to start my stroker motor up on a engine stand and just kind of run it a little bit. It's already been broken, but a lot of people don't watch many of the videos now unless they absolutely have no choice and need them. So some stuff I won't be filming them, or it's just stupid. Microwave, it does have a tab to hook up the tack. Oh, he's talking to James. Okay, it does have it for it. I wasn't sure. I didn't see mine yet. You have to hook we everybody peace out, and Rod is relaxing now. Mike said he will be right back. He's going to get us pizza. Yeah, focus is off. Yeah, it's back in now, hopefully. And you're fuzzy. Looks good, looking good now. The big ball bearings attached to the diff, that's something's come off in the side cover. Wait, sometimes come off in the side covers. Yeah, if you look culture, I did a video on that with removing the large ball bearings off the side cover. I just did a video probably 4 or 5 weeks ago on that. If you check, you'll see a bunch of swing axle videos I did in a row. And that was one because I broke the damn ear off where the Bowden tube goes through, and I had to get a different side cover, which I probably should have just put an adapter on there, but I didn't. But I do have a video up on there when I had to remove mine. Let me see here. I run the CB and Miss Grace, and we'll put one on Clyde. Really does start better, runs better. Yeah, Adam, I hear like a lot of hype about either the pat downs or CB, either one. And I heard they really, the CB performance one especially is like amazing. Like it changes the whole game. Dog check with Rock Auto as well. Looks and sounds good on my side. Thank you, James. I appreciate that. Those pat downs valve covers are beautiful. I didn't see the valve covers, in all honesty. There's some valve covers on mine right now. I think they're generic ones. I'm going to go back to some stock German ones I have laying around because they seem crummy and they're leaking right on the engine stand. Let me see. Adam, you should do a video for us. Yeah, good. Adam can take the sweat off of me. And I have a monster tack in my bug set up for a V8 and only showed about half the RPMs. I actually had to open the back and flip a few wires, work right on a 4-cylinder. Yeah, you know what, Justin? I did that one time. My dad's Oldsmobile years ago had a Sun Super Tack too. They were a big deal then. And I didn't realize the switch was off from 4, 6, 8 on the back. And I started the car up after I hooked it up, and I'm like,
keep your hand away from that camera. Every time you do that, you make it blurry.
Oh, Heather said she knows why it's going blurry. And I started it up, and I'm like, wow, what is with these RPMs? They're way whacked out. And then I figured it out just like it. Although it seems like you already knew the deal on that. I mean, I had a Mallory, I think. I can't remember. I had a big tack in one of my bugs, and it was nice, but it was almost too big. So I definitely want to get something a little smaller that I can just glance at quickly. I wanted to put it on my A-pillar, where I can just look out at it right over. I didn't want it like down below the dash because when I'm hard on it, like big time, I don't want to be looking down at it. I want to be able to look almost straight ahead. If I thought I could waterproof it, I would put it right on the trunk on the outside of the car, like the old GTOs and stuff did. Yes, Rock Auto has them, but they're the same price as O'Reilly's. And with O'Reilly's, no shipping charge. Yeah, and with O'Reilly's, I mean, you can actually go right in there if you have to, exchange something. Just got kicked out of the chat. How did they know I had a bad itch in my? Never mind. Must be YouTube, please.
I keep getting kicked out too.
You do.
Every time there's a damn commercial, it kicks me out of the chat.
I can disable them.
No.
I didn't know.
No. It freezes the whole chat.
Heather said the chat keeps freezing and kicking her out too. I'll start disabling all the commercials. It didn't do that last week, so I'm not sure why it's doing that, but they seem to have glitches. I mean, I had a Mallory too. She was 6 foot tall dancer, had long black hair. I mean, honestly, I had a Bosch tachometer and it worked perfectly fine. And I forget where I bought it before, and it was cheap. It was like $50 or something, and it worked perfectly fine. I think it was accurate, I guess. Slade, I got a tack mount from Fast Fab. It mounts to the center defrost. Found an opening. Oh, Adam, send me a link to that. Okay, that would be nice. I would like that because that's about where I kind of jinkied one in on my 72, was coming off of the dash vent where I just could glance right over at it. So yeah, send me a link, brother, to that for sure. Son of a Bosch. The Bosch tack, I think, now that I do remember, I do believe I bought it at Advance Auto. I'm almost certain now. And I never had an issue with it, in all sincerity. Slade invoked a non-Heather protocol. It boots her out. Actually, I'm very proud of Heather because I know it's hard for people to do, but she is not a smoker any longer. She just got up one day and said, I don't want to smoke no more. And she quit. She's stronger than me. I don't smoke, but I was proud of her. That is not an easy thing in life. On your A-pillar, like 2/16 gauge and a single gauge pod, you could probably use 3M double-sided tape to hold it in place. No drilling. I like no drilling. Yeah, I'm not a big fan on drilling if I don't have to with stuff, in all sincerity. So I know what you're saying, Otto. I'm trying to think on each side of the I'm not putting the dash pad back on, so I have them 2 holes on the top of the dash on each side. I don't know how big they are, maybe an inch round, where you bolt the pad on. I can weld them shut and do a little body work, but I'm trying to think of something cool to put in those holes that stick up that are chrome or something, just to kind of save me the trouble. So if anybody has an idea, let me know. I guess whomever needs one also. I just picked up Penske Dwell on tag from eBay. Cool thing is that even has a mode for rotary engine. Original box, looks like I've never used. And truthfully, Joe said, great job, Heather. Wayne, actually, Justin, who's on here, gave me a dwell meter, which is really, really cool. I've not used it yet, obviously, because my car's still, but I'm going to get it done pretty quick here. Hey, good night, Scott. I'll talk to you tomorrow, brother. Thanks for stopping in, and it was nice seeing you yesterday. I couldn't remember when I was there. But, yeah, Heather did good with it. She really did. She just woke up and said, I'm done smoking. I don't want to do it no more. So I was really, really happy about that for her. It's not an easy thing to do. Bud vase is one of the holes, so you can give Heather a flower on her side. Justin, that was a good thought. It was. I just want something to put in each hole. I can weld them shut and do a bunch of body work, but if I can find some type of cool chrome thing or something to put there, it'll save me a lot of crap, in all honesty. I mean, I just didn't want to do a padded dash. I didn't want to put one back in. I like that old school look. Heather's right. And then we did that I forget where we did a poll, maybe on one of the videos we asked people what they thought, and a lot of people did say leave it metal dash. So I already bought the vents, and thank you, Adam. I just looked at my phone when you said that. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Honestly, what is going on here? Okay. I was checking my phone because there was a bunch of notifications, and I was making sure it wasn't one of my kids. Got to always check on family. The hell was I saying? Oh, that's dangerous. I was on a roll with something. I completely forgot what it was now. I quit blowing money, quit drinking, quit caring what others think, all compared to quitting smoking. Quit drinking and quit caring what others think, all easy compared to quit smoking. Yeah, it's not easy to quit smoking. I haven't drank in forever. I just don't care about it no more. Every once in a while, it's nice to have a cold one, but outside of that, I just don't feel like doing that no more, to be honest with you. And Tucker said, trying to find his message, I've been trying to set static timing with the light connected at negative terminal on a coil. TDC rotates to it, no light. Any idea? Maybe condenser is bad. It's an 009. You could have a bad condenser, in all honesty, Tucker. I did a video on static timing. If you look on my channel, I do have a video for that. And it'll walk you through everything without doubt. Keith, did you just donate another $10? I don't know if I'm just seeing that again. You did. Oh, that's the Heather. We won't tell her. Thank you, Keith, for the donations. You're a hell of a guy. You really are. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. I couldn't tell at first when I looked up. 12 volts introduced. Battery better around 70 12 volts then. Just need to fit the battery space. And I'm filling my dash with pins of my favorite band. Oh, that's actually not a bad idea at all, in all sincerity. And let me see. Try and make sure I don't miss anything. And there we go. Add auto. And a show at Bullskin Fairgrounds, July 19th. Wait a minute, it's July 27th. Called Rock and Rods. A good show. Class AVW is also a barrel race with a cold dune buggy. And way to go, Heather. I'm 5 years now. Awesome, Kevin. Awesome, awesome. Keith, that was very nice of you. It really, really was. The Offspring is what's going on there. And trying to catch up here. Nice, good taste. And Anne found a white face 3-inch Bosch tack from Amazon. You know what, Anne? I think the white Bosch, I don't know if mine was 3-inch. I can't remember. That's the one I got from Advance Auto. And welcome in, by the way. I think that's the one. I never had an issue with it. It actually worked good. I just need a nice bracket, just like Adam said. He sent me a link to put right kind of on the front of the dash where I can just glance at it instead of looking up or down, you know. I like the white-faced one, though. I agree. Love them. Going to see them at the end of August. Yeah, Lisa, you actually invited me to go along to that. You even said you would pay for my plane fare, which was cool. I'm just kidding. It's awesome. I have a timing light without any advance. Is that a bad thing? I bought a cheap timing light from Harbor Freight. I think it was like $25 with the advance on it. Actually, my kid still has that gun, and he's been using it, and I think it works good. It's worth the extra little money, especially if you want to time full advance between 28 and 32 degrees. Thanks. I love your channel, your personality. I dig exactly like your video said. That's why I'm so frustrated. No light. Oh, okay. If you're on Facebook, then shoot me a message and I'll try to walk you through that the best I can, Tucker. But I would check the condenser and check your hookups and everything just to make sure that's why the light's not coming on. And I appreciate the kind comments. My son saw them last year at a festival in Arizona. And just making sure I didn't miss nothing here. I don't want anybody ever think I'm ignoring them. There we go. Backed up a little bit. Okay, there we go. And Harbor Freight timing light goes for 34 now. Yeah, you know what, Wayne? I did buy mine like 8, 9 years ago. So that you said that. That's still a pretty good price, though. It's not real bad, in all honesty. Jordan, what is up? And you're listening in the background. You want me to sing for you? You know you do. You don't want to hear me sing. You'll leave the chat. Yeah, they're $34 now, which I wasn't aware of, but I actually just swapped out a torque wrench there yesterday while I was out running because the clicker quit clicking. But I don't know if I trust our torque wrenches anymore. It don't seem very accurate to me, and they are cheap. Vever or Viver, whatever they're called, they sent me a nice digital, really nice digital torque wrench. So I need to slip the batteries in and mess with it a little bit. I see them maybe 5 or 6 times. I wish they would do the OC fair. And there we go. And he was talking to Otto, maybe a Hunnafest one day. Good night, y'all. 4 a.m. is coming early tomorrow. It's going to be a big day at work. Remember to slow down and thank for blessings you have been given, big or small. Thank you, Daryl. And again, I enjoyed your video today. I really did. It's nice to see somebody happy because everybody's always complaining. And I understand when we complain about certain things, if we're not feeling well, stuff like that. I get it. But that was nice and inspirational today. Thank you for posting it on the group. I really liked it. Some Harbor Freight stuff is crap, but most of their hand tools are pretty good. Yeah, the torque wrench I swapped out for a new one, our lifetime guaranteed, was that Pittsburgh one, Justin. You're probably familiar with it anyhow. But it wasn't, I don't know, I just didn't feel it was right. And then I put my old Craftsman one on, the one with the needle and you're staring at it. I don't know if that one's right too, because it's the old needle one and it's like 40 years old. It was my dad's, but it wasn't matching up with the Harbor Freight one. And I'm like, uh-oh. And I got to re-index the torsions this week. That's this week's video. And I thought I wanted to get a torque wrench for the bolts and stuff. I ran to Ace Hardware the other day and grabbed 10 by 1.5 bolts that are 40 millimeter long. I think the factory bolts are 18 millimeter long for the torsion cap. So I that was good on I don't mind when people are talking about their issues or medical issues and that. I like that because it helps people vent and it shows that we care. But other people just complain just to complain about stuff like we're all going to die and because of the sun's going to crash into the earth tomorrow. And I find half the stuff we worry about that way, it never happens anyhow. But I honestly, just enjoy your weekend. Just make sure I didn't miss anybody leaving. It's okay, solid. But I think I would trust the old needle over the Pittsburgh China. Yeah, Justin, that's exactly it. I'm going to use that Vever one and try it out. They're supposed to be good. We'll see. But I got to re-index the Beetle this week. So I bought have a great night, Adam. Thanks, brother. And thanks for that link. I'll check it shortly and I'll catch up with you tomorrow. I hope you have a great week at that job. Much love, brother. I bought some longer bolts because when you're re-indexing the torsion arms in the back or tubes, whatever, the rubber is real thick and new. I bought new rubbers to put the caps on the torsions because I'm going to lower the Beetle back here. So I bought longer bolts to pull the cap in first, and then I'll put the stock bolts in. I don't know if that made sense, but that's this week's video. If anybody's been watching my videos or half paying attention, Heather was in the one video a couple weeks ago, and the left side of the car is an inch lower. So I got to re-index the torsion arm and see if it levels out. So I'm going to throw the motor in just real quick so I have that weight in the back to see where everything is. I don't want it squatting to the ground, but I want it to sit nicely. Torque wrenches do go out of calibration. When I work for New York City Transit, all our torque wrenches will be checked and recalibrated once a month. Wayne, I agree, but I don't know how to do that or who does that actually. And I was watching some guy on YouTube talk about it once, but he was totally confusing, and even the people in the comments were like, "Dude, that's you're not making sense." So I didn't go by him. Toby, you're on Instagram. Good night, Adam. I was going to open up an Instagram account and didn't bother. I didn't know if there was any good of me being on there or not. I just watched a video of a guy reviewing a Vever battery charger. It's small and just shoots out 12 volts, not like these big smart chargers that always kick off. Oh, yeah. I tell you, Justin, honestly, I think Vever puts out some nice stuff. I can't complain. I mean, good night, James and Sue. Thank you both for being here. I just seen it right now while I was yapping. Thank you so much for being here. Vever's been putting out some nice stuff. I have zero complaints unless I'm forgetting something, but the stuff they send me, and I warned them, I will rip you down if your stuff's junk. I don't really care. But I've never, ever had an issue with any of their products. Look at ISP. They have a vintage series speedometer and tack combo gauge pricey to me for $325. Yeah, that's out of my league. But that is cool when it's in a combination like that. I think that's awesome. I wish I could afford that because that is cool. I like when everything's like combined like that. And nope, just FB. And you've watched me calibrate a torque wrench. Hee, it's easy. I actually missed that, Glenn. I didn't see that one, to be honest with you. And I know these ones from Harbor Freight, you know the deal. You know what I mean? But let me see. You've watched me calibrate. And hi, Slade. We have tried several times to join your FB community. My husband, Michael, has found your videos so helpful. We're at the point we may start using axle grease on the seals. And my screen just jumped. Carol, I can't think of you're saying you tried to join. I'll look tonight because I usually let my admins take care of that, but I will personally look. And let me ask Carol, is that the name on Facebook also, Carol McGlade? So when I look, I know, and then I'll let you write in. My admins, there may have been something, maybe you didn't answer one of the questions right, and then they think it's a bot or a scam, so they'll reject it. So that could be. But I will check tonight as soon as I'm done here, actually. Actually, give me 2 seconds while we're sitting here. How's that sound? Let me see here. Take me 3 seconds. And ooh, there's a lot of people that need in. Carol McGlade, there you are right there. I know why they kicked it. It said, are you subscribed to Slade channel? No. Do you agree to the rules? No. But I just seen it now, so I let you in. That's why they were rejecting it, my friend, because if you don't answer the questions, they think it's a scam and they won't let you in. So that's what happened, but you're in right now. Let me see. My Harbor Freight torque wrench is incredibly inaccurate. Oh, great. Calibrate it every time I go to use it. I'll have to look, Glenn. I didn't see that one. I really, really didn't, although I miss a lot of videos half the time online, but I'll look because I kind of figured the Harbor Freight one. $20? No, it can't be a good one. Not that we need to spend a ton on purpose, but I know what you're saying, brother. I really do. We had the calibrator stuff in the Air Force by the time they came back in and out. Jacob Grumman step van, they were as bad as before. Yeah, that's why I said I half the time wonder what torque I'm really putting on stuff. I do a lot of stuff by hand, depending on what it is anyhow, though. But you should have sent them their automatic donut making machine. They actually have one. Yeah, that's what I really need, brother. Maybe I should. Yeah, I'll have to check Glenn's video about that because I wouldn't mind recalibrating mine. If that's the deal, I'll do it. That Vever one, then that'll give me a chance to see where it's at, the digital one they sent me. Used to be a scale. If you want to calibrate your torque wrench, used to need a banana for scale. Oh, wow. My grain is not cropped with me today. Night, Alita. I hope you feel better tomorrow, honey. I really, really do. Try to have a nice day tomorrow. Some of you poor folks are going through a lot of crap. You really, really are. And I just woke up yesterday with one. I couldn't wait for yesterday to end. Thankfully, knock on wood, I don't get headaches. Very rare. I think I've had 10 in my life. Watch, I'll end up with a damn headache tonight. I have my dad's old torque wrench. It has a needle for the torque gauge reading. Yeah, Keith, that's what I have. It's an old Craftsman one my dad had from the late 70s, and that's what I've been using. Which I don't know how much to trust it because it's an old Craftsman one that's 40, 50 years old. So I don't know if it's right or not. Good evening, everyone. I'm out on the road, brother. Sorry I'm late, Mad Moose. You're never late, brother. I know what you do for a living, and I know you're busy, but you always stop in and then listen, and I appreciate that. I really do. Probably as short because it's really easy. Yeah, do another one. Do another one, Glenn, because we can always use them. In all honesty, please do another one, and then I'll get notified of it. Dog, good to know. So is it good once it's set up, or do you recommend? And please do, Duckman. That's what I just said. Thank you, Slade. We're subscribed to your channel, and we did attempt to answer the questions. You're in now, Carol. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. You're in. That's why I wanted to pause and do it while I was sitting here. Calibrate the Vever one also, probably also not accurate. Yeah, it's a digital one, but I'm sure it's not very expensive. I didn't look it up. They sent it to me, but I never paid attention to how much it costs. So it's not some $500 snap-on one, which are probably not accurate either. It isn't like we work for NASA, so, you know. So would you suggest someone mechanically suggest mechanically per person, but never build an engine to start? Oil change, top end rebuilt, full stock rebuilt. The forums can be intimidating to ask questions on. Topher, I think I'm pronouncing that right, hopefully. If you go to my YouTube channel and go to the playlist, just go right down and click on engine work, and I have a bunch of videos on doing top ends and everything. I mean, truthfully, there's a lot of good videos on the full stock rebuilds. You can do them. Just take your time and ask questions. And if you belong to our Slades VW community group on Facebook, a lot of folks jump in and help right away because at least there you can put photos up. But if you go to my engine index on the playlist, you'll see a bunch of videos that I do on that. And Gamer, what is up? How are you? Let me see. My torque wrench is 6 volts or 12 volts. I didn't, the torque wrench they did send me, speaking of that, though, the digital one, it's a 1/2-inch torque wrench. I don't know if it came with the adapter for 3/8. I mean, I probably have an adapter, but I got it like 6 months ago and never even opened it. That's horrible. I should take my dad's torque wrench back to Snap-on and say it need calibrated. I turned in a pair of dikes. My daughter's boyfriend's a mechanic, and I had Snap-on dikes, side cutters from 30 years ago, and you could barely see the Snap-on logo. And I'm like, get me a new pair of these. These are done. They did exchange them, but they gave them trouble. They're like, well, we can't see the logo that well. You could see it. They just don't like giving up stuff is what it is. That old Craftsman is definitely better than Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight was accurate, except when it fails to click. Fails to click. Mike, that is why I returned it. I said to them, give me another one. It's not clicking. I knew, I mean, not that I don't have a built-in torque wrench, you know what I mean? But honestly, I knew the way when I was torquing one of them, I'm like, man, this doesn't feel right. It should have clicked by now. And then I got my needle one from 40 years ago that was from my dad's garage, a Craftsman, and there was a difference. I was like, wow, good thing I didn't keep cranking on that. You can usually fill 30, 40 pounds, whatever you're after, and I knew it wasn't right. Slade, Michael says you have the best Beetle channel on the web. Thank you, Carol, and tell Mike thank you. Many good channels out there, many good. I will never know everything. I know how to make pizza, but sometimes I've screwed that up. But thank you so much. I really appreciate that very much. I had to get the Harbor Freight one. So CVT belt of MP3 scooter since value was so high after I got one from Lowe's and only use that one now. Yeah, I always grabbed the Craftsman ones many, many years ago. And honestly, they never really gave me a problem, but now that everybody's talking about that, Lord Mark, what is up, brother? Now that everybody's talking about that, about recalibrating, and Glenn said he's going to do a video, which is cool. Even though he has one already, he's going to do another one for me. And it's probably good to recalibrate them depending on what you're doing. I tighten everything just by feel, but when it does come to like retorquing the heads on the motor and stuff like that, then you kind of want to use a torque wrench. It's for the best, in all honesty. Please check torque and length yourself, all tool. Thanks all. And let me see here. Just rechecking so I don't miss anything. I'm on the FB group and subscribed. I've been binge watching your videos. Thank you, Topher. I appreciate that. And it's oh boy, Glenn just poured a rum and coke. Here we go. See the wee. Him and I talk private. It's like a Mardi Gras. He actually brings me up in a better mood during the day with his messages. I appreciate you watching the videos, and that's something that I think Glenn will agree with me with here. Glenn has a very good channel. Him and I have been sending little video clips to each other to put in our videos for each other. I've had a lot of fun doing that. Something I do want to say while Glenn's sitting here too is I think a lot of people like Glenn and I, Glenn's a little more advanced with chop tops, things of that nature. And then Ruby, his fastback that he promised me for my birthday. So, okay, he didn't do that. But the point being, he knows I want that car. I appreciate people watching the videos. And always remember, people like Duckman here, I keep saying Glenn, but I think most of you know who he is. He's OG on here. The point being, even if you don't need that video that week, just let it rip for 20 minutes. It helps the algorithm. I think a lot of times, and I'm probably boring people with this, but I feel a need to say it. When I put a video up like I did this past week on handbrake cables, and it got like 600 hits, and I'm like, wow, geez. And then I seen somebody say, well, I don't really need those videos, so if I ever need them, I watch them. I think what people don't understand with us YouTubers, I don't know what you want to call us, guys that film to help people, is we appreciate the notification bell being clicked. So every week you do watch our video because it helps the algorithm. Because one day if we get up and go, this is stupid, the views are low, and we stop doing it, then everybody's going to be like, oh crap, what happened? If you guys can just watch the videos each week, even if you're bored with one and it, just let it run and hit the like button. It helps a lot. It really does. Malibu cocktails. And I also have a GM digital torque wrench. Oh, that one's probably a nice one, in all honesty. Loving the build Slade. Got a 73 Super myself. Yeah, gamer, that first one I did on the channel was a 73 Super, the red one. I like that car, in all honesty, but I like messing with these cars. I always have, in all honesty. It's Lord Mark Rogers. And one time I went to Harbor Freight. I parked near the dumpster. When I peeked in, there was about 15 Pixar torque wrenches in there. Oh, man. Serious, Justin? So they just pitched them out when you bring them back. Oh, that is amazing. I'm sorry. Girl's right. This is the best Beetle channel. Mine sucks. Too many boobs and mistakes and other. You got a good channel, Glenn. Stop that. You really do. Especially last week, you were working with no shirt on and you were sweaty. I made that up. See how he gets me to act, I swear. I love Glenn. We get along good. We really do. We have more in common than I thought we did. Torque wrench, zero, zip, nada, obsolete, and snap-on. I like snap-on. I have some snap-on tools, but it's like you gotta, you gotta borrow money and take out a loan. And when I was a mechanic, when I'd get on that truck, that was like a kid looking at a Sears Christmas catalog. It was like, wow. I'm glad I got away from that crap, though. I really, really do. My personality has effect on people. If you actually spend time around, I will lift you up to a new level. I can even make school teachers laugh at far. Glenn, I find you funny. Rear camera and the IRS. And I don't have an IRS right this moment. I just have a swing axle. But in all honesty, I'll be adjusting the torsions to adjust technically the camber, I guess, and the height of the car. So it's going to be the same type of thing when you watch what I do. There isn't going to be a whole lot of difference on it, sincerely. Let me see. Literally just got a Harbor Freight commercial come up. Geez, Big Brother's watching. Are you serious? That doesn't surprise me, in all honesty. I was saying something to Heather the one night, and I got on my phone after that to check our group online, and I looked, and boom, I forget what I was talking about. I don't want to lie, but it legitimately came right up, and I thought, wow, seriously. So that's the last time I brought that up. Just kidding. It was nothing bad. But yeah, Anna, if we're on the same page of what you need, I'll be doing that actually this week. It'll be this Friday or Saturday's video with adjusting the torsion, if that's what you're looking for. Is yours like tilted in real far or something? I mean, I don't know what you have going on right now. Tuna sandwich time. Every time you're drunk enough, I always find my face at the tuna sandwich. With mayo and salt and pepper, I hope. I like tuna sandwiches. Now they got that tuna in them little packs that you rip open and are flavored. Okay, I'll get started on food. Make sure you also hit the like button when watching the videos. Yeah, Keith, I wish more people would do that. I think what amazes me, I'll say something here and then I'll shut up about it. Now, this is not a ton, but I have 31,000 subs and there's 5,000 people in the Facebook group. And some videos will get 2,000-3,000 hits, which is, it's all right, 10% of what I have in subs. But then I'll do some videos and I get like 500 hits, and I'm like, altogether it's like 36,000 people. But I've had people say, I don't need the video, I'm not watching it. It's like, really? You couldn't take out the time to hit the like button and let it roll for 15. But it is what it is. Hope I just did something. It'll clear up in a minute. Most torques in these old Beetles are reasonably low in comparison, with the exception of trailing arm pivot bolts and the rear axle nuts. Woohoo for the torque multiplier. Oh, the torque multiplier is amazing. It'll clear up in a minute. It does this. It's because I put my hand up again. Let me see if that'll help. Might pull it away quick. I would like to use my phone, but there we go. But it seems like a pain in the butt then. But yeah, truthfully, the trailing arm bolts, the pivot bolts, I didn't mark when I loosened the bolts on the spring plate. And I'm a little bummed about that because I forgot to mark them. Help me with electrical harness and the steering column wire. Colors don't match original. Horn blasts, no blink. Mark, wait a minute. Where did you go? There we go. I bumped my mouse and it went all the way to the bottom. I can't even do something like that on here that fast, Mark, with your wiring coloring out. I would post that in the group so we can help you much easier when it comes to all the wires and the colors to them, brother. Best part about running VW vids all day in the background is that you get more VW and general air-cooled vids recommend. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yay, algorithm. It killed me a few years back, 5%. What I used to get happened overnight. Glenn, I question my algorithm of what's going on sometimes. I got my suspicions on it, but, like I did my video on handbrake cables, I thought most of the people watch it just to watch because they know I goof off and tell them different things and give them tips. And I'm like, really, 600 hits? Where are all these people at that keep saying, great job, keep doing more? And then you do them and you're like, hello, you going to watch them? Like, it can get frustrating. What kind of rum? I'm guessing Captain Morgan's without scrolling down yet. And I know I'm still recovering from yesterday's powwow. Misty had me dancing in the circle. Have a great weekend, everybody. Hey, Wayne, I seen that picture. I did. I think I answered you. I'm almost positive, but thanks for being here, brother. And I can't wait to see you again because I'd like to actually spend time with you next time. That was a disaster that day. No food truck or nothing for a while. But thanks, Wayne. Have a great night, brother. And yay, ducks. And we have garage. I always wear a shirt in my videos. I can't say the same for the pants, though. Amazon also has an Eco torque adapter. 3/8 final drive digital torque wrench adapter, alert signals, torque setting, calibrate digital and analog. I never seen that one, unless I don't remember the brand and everything. In all honesty, what's the biggest engine you'd run on a stock trans? I mean, in all honesty, Black Magic Rum. I don't know what that is. I don't know Black Magic Rum. The biggest engine, we run a 2180 on a stock tranny, but if you're going to start doing like burnouts and like just slamming the clutch out and snapping people's heads back, then you're going to want to build that transmission up. But if you're not pulling out like a maniac and dumping the clutch hard and stuff, the stock ones will hold up pretty well, in all honesty, unless you're going to start racing. Glass up, Glenn, and clink. Good night, Toby. Have a great week, brother. Tell Liam we said hello. Problem today I have after years of buying Snap-on and matching with tools is now I'm retired, and if I break a tool, it's difficult to get them. Bob, thank you, because truthfully, that's just thanks to my daughter's boyfriend, I can get the Snap-on tools replaced if they break, but he's leaving his career to do something else, so I'm screwed now. But I agree with you. I have Matco, Cornwell, Snap-on, I don't know what else. I got a bunch of them, and as those break, then I just go get some Cobalt or whatever from Lowe's now. Matco, Mac. I have a bunch of them, but I have a bunch of Snap-on wrenches that I still have had forever, and I have no complaints about them at all. And let me see. Pan away from the camera back to your face real slowly. That usually will drop back into focus pretty quick. Yeah, I was trying to mess with that. It seems like when I turn the light up and down real quick, then it focuses. Hagen Slade Michael said German products don't need fasteners to be torqued. The Germans just made everything good and tight. I like the way that ended. Good and tight. That was good. I have a bunch of Milwaukee cordless stuff, half as a fuel impact, man, to blast those axle nuts right off. I don't think I'm not counting anything and take it off. Yeah, you know what, Justin, on this past week's video with the brake cables, I don't know if you got to see it. I had my Milwaukee cordless gun because I didn't feel like messing around, and it just ripped that 36 millimeter nut right off the drum. And that's battery powered. I don't know what volt it is, but you know, it is amazing. I love the Milwaukee brand stuff. I have no complaints. Excuse me. Memory issues making wire a pain. I know about memory issues. Trust me. I remember stuff from when I was 5 years old, but I remember nothing from a week ago. I don't know why that's happening a lot. I need my rear IRS up higher. There is no tank in it yet. Nose is high. New shocks all the way around. Well, Heidi, this week's video you'll want to watch because it'll be very similar to what you have to do. Although this video will be a little long, so I'm sure some people will watch 10 minutes and turn it off. It's like everybody's time span in their brain anymore. I know I try to condense like 3 hours of filming to like 20 minutes, and sometimes it's hard, but I have to get my back end either up or down. I don't know what yet until I throw the motor in real quick. And in the video this week, it'll be me adjust until I get it to where it needs to be in the back. Let me see here. At lower mark, or pull the clutch springs tight. And Edwin, how are you? Welcome in, Mr. Rivera. And chat full of real ones today. Yeah. The longer the video, the better. Mike, I wish most people felt that way. And I'm sure Glenn will agree with me. It's like I could get into extreme detail, and sometimes I do, and then I edit most of it out because I watch the algorithm and the analytics, and I'll just make it up and say a 1 hour video, and there's like 15 to 20 minute watch time where they're fast forwarding through it. And they're the same people in the comments going, how did you do this? I'm like, what was in the video? You must have fast forwarded through the video, which hurts the algorithm. So, Mike, I appreciate that. I wished I could do longer videos that are like an hour long, an hour and a half long, where somebody can literally see every little thing I do and go, okay, that makes better sense now. But a lot of times people will watch stupid prank videos for 3 hours, but they won't watch a DIY video for 45 minutes. It's just how it is, brother. But thank you. I appreciate that. My bug tried to stall doing a burnout in the rain. That means you need to slam that gas down harder, brother. Most people's attention span is short. They lose interest. Oh, they do, Keith. They do. And I don't know if I'm trying to learn something, like I fixed my washer or my dryer, or, you know, stuff like that from watching YouTube clips, because I use them to look up stuff. I don't know. I sit and watch the whole thing, and so that I understand what's going on. And a lot of people aren't like that. I think they're watching so many TikTok videos now and shorts and reels that they expect people like me and Glenn and others to make videos that are 15 seconds long, and they have to learn everything that quick. It's almost like the Matrix. They need like a port plugged into their neck and go, okay, I know how to do it now. It's really, really weird, but we do the best we can. That Glenn's going to agree with me. It can be 6-8 hours of filming sometimes for shorter videos, and then 6 or 8 hours of editing. It's a lot of work. But if it's helping people, I don't mind. And if they're watching them, I don't mind. But when I see the views going down real low, it's like, why am I bothering? You know, it's the way it gets sometimes. When I was setting my ride height, I set to the point where it was undrivable. Then I raised it a half inch. Justin, that was a good way of putting it, brother. I miss hanging out with you. You got to come over. And I raised it a half inch. That's the thing. I'm not going to slam to the ground, you know, but yours looks good that way. You got some pretty wide wheels on your car, but it has to handle like a slot car. I mean, it was on my video from the picnic. It's actually a really nice ride. And Justin actually has a mech seat, which is really cool. I'm starting the Type 4 rebuild this week, rearrange the kitchen. Because carpenter bees keep getting in and making sawdust, which I had a good setup to make a vid. Carpenter bees. Ooh. We've been dealing with ants lately. Ever since all this rain and humidity, we're dealing with ants, mostly on the porch. Thank goodness. Heather sprayed some crap. So, hey, brothers, love you all. Sorry, late for a few minutes. Oh, Misty, how you doing, honey? Glad you stopped in. And I'll listen to more of your videos while raking pens instead of news podcasts. Thank you, Heidi. I appreciate that. Like I said, if people just let them roll, it helps out. But once we start losing interest and the videos disappear, then people are going to be bummed. But we're trying the best we can. Glenn, I, and some others. I mean, let me see. Okay, Heather needs to wear a low cut, then you pop in the middle of the video. Flip out. I can buy a low top. I mean, I can cut it here. You'll see the rippling chest muscles. I ain't got no chest muscles. Okay, okay, and there we go. I was trying to see where I was. Sometimes days or weeks to produce a simple 15-minute video. Glenn, thank you. And I was hoping you would back me on this, because I don't think a lot of folks, and I'm not trying to complain, I don't think a lot of folks see it in the background, what really, really goes on. They just think, oh, they did a 15-minute video or a 30-minute video. But they don't realize what we really, really do. And I'm not saying we're heroes fighting a fire at a tall building, but we're trying to do it to where people understand how to fix something, how to repair something. These videos take a lot of work, a lot of effort, and a lot of money. And it's the good is because it's helping people. And that's what it's all about. Glenn, you brought that up to me in a chat the other day when we were talking, because you said about the texts and answers, or texts and questions. My brain's everywhere tonight. And like you said, you want people to be able to fix these on their own. And that's why we do these videos. But When you start doing some of them and people are like, well, I didn't watch it, I didn't need that video. Well, there you go. We do all that work and then the hits are low, and then we go, you know what? This is stupid. But it can be frustrating. I know. Keep the faith, brother. Let's put our heads together. I try the best I can. Everybody will know if I say one day, okay, this ain't worth doing no more. Nobody's watching them. But I mean, I try the best I can to keep up on it. My bug doesn't leak oil. It's just marking its territory. Absolutely. He's not. I did a video on that. I don't know when, a couple of months ago or something, or 3 months ago, oil leaks on VWs. Magically, that got a lot of views real quick. uh, I like long vids, but I usually take a break. I'm up into 20, 30-minute viewing sessions between various chores. Yeah, Mike, but you're still technically watching them, though. You know what I mean? And I really appreciate that. Off subject, but Beatrix just chased Tabitha. Are you serious? Tabitha is my ragdoll cat, and Beatrix is the bunny, who's a little aggressive. That rabbit don't like me. We need ducks. Carlton. Any people never had shop AG or wood shop? Sorry, my chat box just jumped. There we go. I actually had wood shop in school, but I didn't know what you meant. To me, any people never had shop or AG or wood shop. I remember my shop teacher from junior high, and I'm 61 years old, Mr. Burns. He spoke like Mr. Rogers. He talked real slow, and he taught very well. And I always admired that guy. He taught me a lot. He really did. Slade, do you like Ion maybe 300 they used to make up to give them a 6-pack? And what do we got here? Yes, I got caught in the wild without my hoodie this weekend. I totally forgot at the shop. I regretted that today when it was raining. Oh, yeah, I'm sure you've been getting the rain there, too. We're getting our share. Hi again, Slade. Michael said you should insert an image from the video, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, when you say don't go crazy in your videos. Hey, you know what? I didn't think One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I actually, good night, Lonnie. Have a great day tomorrow. Thank you for coming in. Jack Nicholson, the other one, The Shining. I said something the one day, and I'm like, just don't act nuts. And it was that picture of him, from The Shining. That movie was creepy. Heather, you need to bring. That was funny, Carol. Heather, you need to bring that Beatrix in so we can see her. Beatrix is a bad bunny. She's trouble. She's a lop-eared. She's beautiful, but she's good with Heather. She'll listen to her literally. But when I walk downstairs, she looks out of her weird eyes at me like it's that guy. I also watch that text call you midday and send me the link to send to a customer. Oh, Misty, that doesn't bother me. It really doesn't, dear. It's probably quicker for you to call me because I know right where to go for the link technically and send it to you that fast instead of you trying to play around looking. I'd rather watch a VW vid. I don't need any other current stream of news cycles of pop culture. Oh, I'm so sick of that crap. I don't even watch it no more because I'm tired of it. Everybody's full of hopes and promises. I do my own thing. I try to live in a 60s, 70s mentality mentally until I got in public. I'm like, oh, but it seems to always be Walmart. I get to Walmart, it gets really weird. The rest of the store's not so bad. Justin and I will next week. I'm in the basement. And there we go. Sling said, hello, everyone. Better late than not making it. We were wondering, Sling, because I was outside your house ringing the doorbell. No answer. The lights went out. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. I took shop at AG. Loved it so much. I went to school to teach it. Oh, I didn't know that, Heidi. And sadly, if you did tell me, I'm sorry. It's my memory. Slade, did you cover the loss of Ozzy and the Hulkster? No, I never touch base with stuff like that because if somebody don't like this one or somebody don't like that one, you know the deal. I try to keep it VW related and food related. I like food. I downshifted. Oh, there was a lot lost though. That guy from that Cosby show, he was 54 years old. I can't remember his name now either. Who else was there? Connie Francis. I seen a bunch. Somebody put a picture up the other day of how many we lost within a week or two, and I was like, wow. But we're getting to that age range. Heck, I'm 61. I'm probably next. It's coming up. It's getting to that time. I downshifted the second and accidentally did yoga with my knee. Ooh, yeah, that's not fun at all. We had shop in school, but no, gee, I love my shop and tech classes. I did too. We had a metal shop. I don't even remember what we made now. Oh yeah, I do. One of the things was an ashtray for my parents. Bet they don't do that no more. Yes, Misty, pizza. Pizza is life. I had pizza today, actually, from Pasqualino's. It was actually really good. Also, George Cummings from Golden Earring. Okay, I did see that, Mike. I did see that on it came up on my feed on Facebook with George from Golden Earring. They were actually really good. We went on to Neil Keith. Oh, there we go. Bozo in that order. Best drummer. You know who I think was a real good drummer? Oh, wait. No, Neil Peart. Never mind. I seen Neil there. He was amazing, and I watched a thing on him. A long story short, Neil Peart was really good drummer, but they said he would criticize himself after every concert and say it wasn't my best. It wasn't my best. Like I thought he was really, really good. Sadly, saying the Hulk died. First thought was now we lost Lou Ferrigno. Put the news on it to understand the difference between the Hulkster and the Hulk. Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying, Glenn. At first, I thought we lost Lou Ferrigno, but we didn't. Wait, I don't know that you said that. Is Lou Ferrigno already gone, or was that Bill Bixby, the guy that was part of that show? No, I can't remember. Tech needs to come back. That's causing such a deficit in trades. It's disgusting. And my screen jumped again. I got to do something with this mouse. There we go. And I still have my winning CO2 racer I built in the shop. Oh, that is really cool. And Terry Bozio? I don't know who that is. Unless I just had a brain fart. There we go. I'm messing with the mouse adjustment real quick. There, that helped a little bit with slow it down. There we go. And pizza on the way home from powwow. I could live off of pizza if I had to. Anyone who has done the instructional videos knows that Slades and Duckman's videos take an extreme amount of time to record, edit, and post. I appreciate the quality of these videos. Long and short. Thank you, Neil. I appreciate it. And it isn't that Glenn and I are complaining. It isn't to complain. It's not what it is. It's frustration, and I call them the crew. There's 5 of us that talk privately back and forth, and I got so frustrated the other day. I said, this is getting stupid now because I'm posting videos sometimes and it's like they don't exist. It's like, really, come on, at least let them run. It ain't gonna hurt anything. And it can become agitating. And Duckman put it good the way Glenn put it up above. There's if you spent a day with Glenn or I, or a week, and see what we really do in the background with everything, you'd be like, wow. But there's no thanks needed for except watch a free video. That's all. Frigno's still alive. Okay, I wasn't sure. Bill Bixby played Bruce Banner. That was a good show. Now, Bill Bixby did die, I think, in his 50s. I'm almost sure he wasn't very old. And he was actually a good. Remember Eddie's father? You probably don't remember that. Bill Bixby was the dad in that from the 70s, maybe. I'm pretty sure it was. Oh, Lord Mark, I love pizza. You have no idea. They called Neil a professor because he read a lot. Bill Bixby passed in 1993. Okay, Keith, I wasn't sure. I knew he was gone. Wow, he died that long ago. Whoa. Terry Bozio is a drummer. I can't think of who that is, Glenn. And sadly, sometimes with the groups, I forget the names of some of the folks in it, like Geddy Lee, Rush, and all that. I remember a lot of them. Then some, Ronnie Tutt, best drummer. He was part of Elvis's band. Yeah, I didn't know him. And League Ferrigno is still alive. He was with Dude John Schneider's past week at Cooters and Pigeon Forge. Oh, wow. I didn't know that, Darren. I like John Schneider. Actually, I have a movie I bought of his 6 months ago, maybe. Might be from a year ago. I think it was called Freedom. I'm almost sure that was the name of it. It was his own movie that he made. Very good movie, actually. I appreciate Slade's videos, better production quality by the time I get to record the crap work in this heat. I usually don't care as much when I start editing. Nah, Glenn, you put out good stuff, brother, but thank you for the comment. That was really nice of you. But I wanted to get a better editor software, but I didn't want to put the money into it yet until I see what I'm doing from here on in, with views being low and stuff. But I like what I do. I really do. I mean, and Glenn keeps me kind of uplifted, when we're chatting, keeps me in a good mood, and I appreciate that. I mean, oh, that's the Duke. What is up, Mr. Veter Beater? The headliner looks nice. I seen that the Duke is very meticulous. 42 years he's been a body man, I believe. And correct me if I'm wrong, Duke, but he did the headliner. My eye hurts. In Duke, I forgot what year your Beetle was, brother. I deal with so many people, but it looks amazing. That's funny. I met Lou Ferrigno. I was hanging out with John Schneider. Skeeter the Duck tried to nibble Lou Ferrigno and scared him. Skeeter went at him. This big dude. The only thing I'm good at fixing is my lunch. Gamer, you got more talent than that, brother. You do. Terry John Mazia play Frank Zappa. Okay. All right. And watch the video. I have to admit, I have to catch up. I stream them all in chunks when I'm home and cooking dinner. Last 2 months, I've been on the road. Yeah, I could tell, Misty, when you get more quieter that you're rocking and rolling. I already knew. I figured. Hagen Slade, Michael pulled all 4 breaks from a 70 Super Baby because of your videos. You removed the backing plates so they can be freshened up too. Oh, that's awesome, Carol. I did a couple of videos on that, in all honesty, because a lot of people ignore some of that stuff. And I believe that stuff is helpful. I really do. But I appreciate that. I'm glad it was helpful. I really, really am. Kicking the ducks at Duck and a Show, they sure like to harass you. They do, actually. I've watched that. And Carlton, my 13-year-old dream to Clea is all the help from your content, folks. Thank you, Carlton. We appreciate that. We do. It's, and I'm sure Glenn would agree with me, not to be repetitive, but when we see comments that, thank you, I really needed this video, stuff like that, man, it makes it so worth doing. It really, really does. There was a Zappa did one of my most favorite songs, Titties and Mirror. Growing up, my friends, oh crap, wait, it jumped again. There we go. Growing up, my friends, that I was body repair guy. He used to lead to fix the body panels. Keith, I was just talking about that, about using lead. It could have been in last week's live show. I can't remember. However, man, was that an art. I watched somebody on YouTube doing it. I can't remember who it was. It wasn't a current video. It's like one that somebody uploaded of somebody else, and they were doing the lead work, and I was like, that's the real deal. That is a lost art. But then the dude's like inhaling all them fumes standing there, and I'm like, ugh. And David said, I remember Bill Bixby and the Magician with the white Corvette. Dave, that one I don't remember for some reason. That one I don't remember. That's unusual. I know a lot of them older movies. Heading out, everyone. Have a great week. Kevin, have a great week, brother. I hope things are coming along on the house. I really, really do. And you should have an envelope possibly tomorrow. If not, then it's Tuesday because I already shipped it out. And Lee Frigno is a little bit taller than I am. My shoulders are just as wide as on the train. I should hit the weights and push it real hard and see just how big I get. That's what I was told, because if everybody notices I have them tremors, well, of course they're not doing it now because I'm not filming. I was actually told for tremors that I should start working out with dumbbells and strengthen the muscles, that it's getting worse because as we age, which you're a lot younger than me, Glenn, but our muscles start to break down. So I should start using dumbbells to do that. But I think Duckman, I think we're the same height, 6'3". I was wondering how tall Lou Ferrigno was. I wasn't sure. I probably won't be able to close the door on when I get in. And night Kevin. Everybody saying night Kevin. Kevin's actually just messing around. Well, not messing around, trying to get into their new home that he picked up. So I'm very excited for him. But I think we better go because we've been in here a little while. It's been a treat. But dumbbells could get you in trouble. Well, I was told that by somebody because of the tremors. A lot of you, if you've noticed my videos and you'll see my hand moving, it's not Parkinson's, it's tremors. And I don't even realize it's happening sometimes, but I can make it stop if I want to, and I talked to a few that said lift weights, lift weights, lift weights, and that will stop. And I just haven't had the willpower. I don't even get to make videos from my own shop. Kayla made a random one the other day. I seen Kayla's. I posted on that, and I thought it was adorable. I really did. I'm only a little younger than you. You're a lot younger than me, Glenn. You're a lot younger. And if you're not, you sure as hell look it. That's from all the ducks chasing you around, brother. I keep those bugs running smooth. See you night, Slade. All. Yeah, and I do. I hope everybody has a great week. Be careful in that heat. Please, the video will be out Friday or Saturday. Give it a watch, and I'll catch everybody. And Glenn, thank you for coming in here. I know that you got better crap to do, so I do appreciate you doing that. It livens it up, and people know who you are. So I really, really appreciate that very much. Thank you for the donations. I appreciate that, everybody. I really do. And we will see you next Friday on a video and next Sunday in live chat. Everybody stay cool and stay hydrated. And I will see y'all soon. Thank you, Carol, Mike. Good night.